So let's take a look at number 9. Um, the question looks like this. You have the square root of 10 bracket square root of 2 plus square root of 3 bracket. Now, according to the rules of BEDMAS, what you have to do first is what's in the brackets. Everything in the brackets is already as simplified as you can, so next thing is exponents, there are none, and then multiplication. Okay, great, so we're going to multiply. In fact, what we're going to do is we're going to take the square root of 10 and we're going to distribute it inside this bracket, like this. This is how we multiply scalars in front of, or factors in front of brackets. We distribute it inside the bracket. Now what that gives us is the square root of 10 times the square root of 2 plus the square root of 10 times the square root of 3. Now I notice over here that I've got two square roots multiplied to each other, so that's just the square root of, and now I take what's inside the square root and I multiply that to each other, so that's 20 plus, and same thing over here, two square roots multiplying each other, that's square root of 30. And now that I've got this, I'm halfway through. I'm going to try to break up these numbers that I have under the square root into its factors. So I have the square root of 4 times 5, 4 times 5 is 20, plus the square root of 6 times 5, 6 times 5 is 30. Now, in the first term over here, 4 times 5, I notice that there's 4 in my square root. And, of course, I can take out the 4 because it's a power of 2. 4 is the same thing as 2 squared, so the power is even. I can take it out. When it comes out, it becomes just 2, and what's left in my square root is that 5. Plus, here I can't really take out the 6, but what I can do is I can break up my brackets and my square root into two square roots. I've got 6 times the square root of 5. And the reason I'm doing this is because I notice, I'm going to underline in yellow, I notice that there's a square root of 5 over here and a square root of 5 over here. So what I can do is I can factor it out of this. So if I write this out, I have 2 plus square root of 6, and I've factored out a square root of 5. I've taken it out so that if I distribute it back in, I go back to the first line over here. Now, once I've factored out this 5, I don't think I can reduce anything any further because first of all, I can't break up the 5 into its factors because it's a prime number, and if I try to break up 6 into its prime factors, I get 2 and 3, but neither of those can be taken out of the square root, so it's really not worth the effort for me to break up the 6. However, what I do notice is that I've gotten rid of as many square roots as possible. Before I had square roots on all the numbers, and now I only have I have only square roots on the 6 and the 5, and there's a nice whole integer over here. So I consider that at this point over here, I've finished.